This video is to show you all the commands, extra commands if you like, you can apply to a view. So in order to show you, I'm going to open a book and I'm going to go in edit mode by clicking the little pencil at the top. So this is my view, and the menu is when you click on an object on a view, you click the little blue box and the menu displays. You click again, it disappears. Okay, so I'm just going to show you all the icons and explains what they are. So this is to transfer data to Watson Analytics. This button here is to use snap command. So if you click on it, you would have all these functions at the top, all those commands you can use by just typing things in. Next button is the save view. So you can slice and dice a new view and you can click this button to save it in the shared or your personal folder. This is to swap rows and columns. This is to hide zeros. This is to refresh the display. This is to work with sandbox. When you click this button, you can create or delete a sandbox. This button is a collect button. When you click this button, it will memorize this view and you can reuse it somewhere else. Okay, I will do it at the end of the demo, just in a minute actually, with a chart. I think it is quite practical. The copy button, so if you were to click copy button, the Planning Analytics Workspace makes a copy of that view and you have twice the same. And often people use this copy function to create a chart that allows me to explain the buttons on the right. You can delete this view, by the way. You can create a title. And here is the create chart. So if you click this button, the product will show you all the applicable charts for that grid. And in my case, I'm going to turn it into a column chart, you see? So this is the column chart matching this because it's a copy of that view. The last button we need to explain is this one at the end. When you click the menu, that little arrow pointing down is to get rid of you see the dimensions have disappeared? Here we have the dimensions, here we haven't, because we have clicked that little button at the top here. Let me show you the collection. If I click this object and I click the menu button, I can click, not this one here, but I can click collection. If you collect, then you go on that icon at the top of the screen and you will have that. It doesn't normally display the charts, but this is this item we have. So what you could do, you could create a new tab and you could drag it. Collections are reusable views if you like, and I click the button again to make it disappear. So I'm reusing that view, that chart in this case. I don't have to reinvent the wheel. So it's called collection, very practical. It's this button here called collection. Okay, I'm gonna delete this chart here by using the menu. I click the trash, it goes away. What I wanted to show you is something very useful. Those little areas. So this is for the rows and this is for the columns. You see, rows, columns. Well, if you right click one of those two, right click, you get a long menu with a lot of good stuff. So this is the name of the dimension you're playing with. You can edit the set and then you would go in the subset editor. You can swap rows and columns. You can unhide things. Why? Because if I was to right click one item such as Go Asia Pacific, right click, I could say hide. You see, I'll let you read this menu, by the way, which is also an interesting one. You can keep something, you can hide something, unhide everything on the rows. You can drill down, drill up. You can, well, I'll let you read, expand levels. It would navigate through the hierarchy. You can sort, ascending, descending, clear the sort hierarchically speaking, create your own calculation and summarize it all. Okay, so if you were to click summarize, you can choose minimum, maximum, median, sum. I'm just going to click a sum and then I get a total of all those subsidiaries summed up here at the bottom. Okay, so it's quite cool. And you can also look Asia Pacific. I'm going to right click, I'm going to say hide and it disappears and you see the total has changed. So once again, if you highlight this area and you right click, it selects the rows. You have this menu. Look, I can do unhide whole. And then Asia Pacific comes back. Right click again. So you have all these good functions. You can hide totals at the bottom. You can decide to show totals trailing or leading. You can get rid of the sort and summarize it all. We've discussed it. So it's quite practical. It's a good menu. And you have the same on the rows by clicking this little area here. Okay. So these were all the functions you can use on a view. Extra power given to you by those commands. So I resume again. Remember those two, right clicking on those two and clicking a view, the menu button at the top.